Vitreous tiles are wonderful mosaic tiles. There are ones that are called pitted, which have these little dents in the top. Some people absolutely hate them because the grout can get caught in it. But I'll pop a link into Helen Mill's Mosaics in the UK. She uses vitreous tiles, pitted vitreous tiles, in her Roman mosaics, and they look fantastic. On the back they'll have various, depending on where they're made, ridges and grids and such, which is to hold the glue. So this is the bottom of the tile. Then you get the ones that are smooth on top. So you can see there's not many pits. All glass has a little bit of a pit here and there. So you will get the occasional one. These ones are ribbed on the back. And you'll also get those smooth ones with a lovely iridized finish. So let's have a look at how they get used to give your pot beautiful lips. Now imagine that this plate rim here is the lip of a garden pot. And we'll do the most popular one, or the most commonly used one, is about 2 centimetre square tiles, and they are arranged like this around the edge. And you can see the gap here and the gap there is a little different. If you want to close that gap and have straighter lines, I have a son who picks me on them if I don't do it properly. He's a stonemason, so I have to stand up to the challenge. So what you can do on your vitreous tile is mark off just a very gentle angle. You can see that as an angle that you want to nip off. So you're basically just nipping off this corner on one side. And this is what you get when you do that. So let's have a look now at the gaps between the tiles. So hopefully this demo is making sense. And you can see, oh, that's closed right up. There's no V shape there, or it's less of a V shape. Sometimes you'll get a bit of a V, but we don't have to get all thingy about it, unless you want to, of course. And you can see that that's changed it considerably. So let me put these over here, and we'll see how we progress as we make the changes. Now the other thing you can do, thank you stonemason's son, is when you put them through the grinder, or you just rub them off with a stone, you can take the points off the outside edges. So rub these points. So what happens is your curve becomes smoother. So this is what the stonemasons do. And you can see that makes a very smooth circle. If your pot is smaller, then you do it on the other side of the tile. So here I've taken off a little bit on this side and this side. Not very well done, but you'll see how this curve changes to a tighter curve. You can see it's starting to leave the edge of this plate. And if it's even smaller, then you make those angles a bit sharper, but it will elongate this point. So let's have a look at how I place these on my garden pot and glue them to give it beautiful lips. Now when I nip my tiles, I like the ribs to run across. On an edging tile, that means I'll get this nice straight edge rather than the hilly-pilly edge. So now I'll just squish on a ribbon of adhesive across the top here. So it's the adhesive you want. You wouldn't use a PVA glue on this. I'm going to do a nice big fat, and I mean fat wriggly worm across the top. And I do about that much, and then I stop. So the longest side of your tile goes on the outside of the curve and the shortest on the inside. So I'm just going to pop these down here like this and just press it so it gets covered with glue on the base. and move along to the next one. How lovely is that blue edge going to go with the rest of the pot? So I'm eyeballing it for alignment against the side here, so it's going up nicely, and also its horizontal alignment, which you can just look